Ranking Mii racing suits. With 18 new suits added in Wave 6, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe now has a total of 50 Mii racing suits. As for my rankings, each suit will be rated on their design, vibe, and concept. They also get bonus points if they have unique trick animations. And a little disclaimer, the Mii racing suits that are exclusive to Mario Kart Tour will not be included in these rankings, or else it would get a little bloated. Now onto the rankings with number 39, the colored Mii suits. Just like how Odyssey Central did, I decided to group all 12 of the colored Mii suits into the same category. Honestly, these Mii suits were never intriguing to me or interesting. I thought they were straight up lazy and very boring to race as. But if I had to choose my favorite color from the bunch, it would definitely be the black one. 38, the Inkling suit. Okay, look, I absolutely adore Splatoon, but this Mii suit makes no sense. I get it, it's like a paintball uniform, but it has nothing to do with Inklings, which is the name of this Mii suit. It's just a very basic design, and it doesn't really scream Splatoon to me. However, since I am a fan of this series, I do appreciate the different brand decals on the suit, but other than that, it just isn't my cup of tea. 38, the Hylian suit. To be fully transparent here, I really don't like crossover characters in Mario Kart. However, since this list is based on designs only, I can't be too biased here. Luckily, the design of this suit is incredibly mid, which makes me feel better about myself, putting it at a lower number. It's really cool that Samus's signature armor was made into a Mii suit, however, I don't really see the appeal to it. The color scheme is okay, but I feel like it would have been even better if it was made a bit more golder. But I do have to mention that the visor of this Mii suit is definitely my favorite part of it, and I also do love the different colored gloves. So this suit seems to be inspired by Olimar, which is mainly noticeable in the bodysuit. However, it would have looked 10 times better if the helmet was a clear glass bowl with like little mini Pikmin sprinkled inside of it. Just imagine how awesome that would be. I have to cut them some slack here because I'd rather prefer this over a literal red Pikmin Mii suit similar to the Wiggler Mii. That just would have been atrocious. I swear man, I'm not willingly putting these crossover Mii suits this low. They just aren't that well designed in my opinion. I do really like the helmet with the different colored symbols on it, and the ears make sense because it's Animal Crossing. But other than that, it just looks kinda off and, dare I say it, ugly. The Animal Crossing branding on the back of the suit is kind of neat, but it definitely lacks creativity and star quality, if that makes sense. 32, the Birdo suit. When the suit was first announced in Tour via Silhouette, I was absolutely thrilled to see one of my favorite characters getting a Mii suit. But what is this? The bow looks fine, but she's missing her main feature. Her big snout is just poorly made, and I would have preferred it to look like this instead. This is a Mii suit from the Mario and Sonic 2012 Olympic Games. I mean, just compare it to the Mario Kart one. It just doesn't stand a chance, I'm sorry. 31, the Mega Man suit. Nintendo absolutely nailed the design for this suit. It looks really similar to Mega Man's attire, but the back of the helmet is just kinda boring to look at while racing, which is why it's not any higher. 30, the Star Fox Mii suit. I really like how Star Fox got represented as a Mii suit, and hey bro, it doesn't look half bad. 29, the Sonic Mii suit. I still don't know why this Mii suit is in the game, but at least it looks decent, right? I definitely would have put this Mii suit higher if the spikes on the helmet were a bit more prominent, but they kind of fall flat, literally. Like, look at this. What did they do to it? 28, the Luigi suit. I like where they were going with the L stripe at the back, but come on, it just looks a bit messy and reminds me a lot of the basic colored Mii suits while racing. However, I am a fan of the helmet, which is inspired by his cap of course, and his overalls as well. 27, the DK suit. Okay, so now this Mii suit is nicely designed, but I have one major problem with it. Just look at it and tell me what it looks like. 26, the Mario suit. Unlike Luigi's suit, the back of Mario's helmet is pretty decent. The M is prominent and the Mario decals on the sides are very nicely designed. 25, the Rosalina suit. The back of this helmet is very clever, featuring 2 shooting stars, and the color scheme is also very beautiful and pleasing to look at. Especially the silver crown on top of the teal helmet, it just looks really sleek. However, the bang of hers on this helmet is a bit awkward, but I can see where they were going with it, so I kinda respect it. 24, the Wario Mii suit. Unlike Mario and Luigi's back helmet design, Wario's is actually creative and cool. I also love the addition of his big nose being the cap part, and of course his big ears at the side being featured. I really like it. 23, the Toadette Mii suit. Okay, so this one's actually pretty adorable. The stiff pigtails are absolutely hilarious, and the gold accents on her attire, like the wrists and shoes, are actually really neat. But if we're talking about the Mii suits that are from Mario Kart Tour, like the Toadette one, I feel like it definitely falls short on the animation scale. I mean, there's definitely better Mii suits with animations, but hey, I can't complain too much. This one's pretty decent. 22, the Toad Mii suit. Okay, so the reason why I put this one higher than Toadette is just due to the color scheme. The blue on the suit and the red spots fit perfectly together, just like on our boy Toad. 21, the Captain Falcon suit. Alright, now this is straight up badass. The helmet on this Mii suit features Captain Falcon's eyes as a visor, and the front of the helmet is so sick. It has a huge gold eagle on it. And if you know me, I'm a huge fan of big headpieces on characters. 20, the Daisy Mii suit. Unlike the Rosalina Mii suit, Daisy's hair on this helmet actually works. And of course, just like Rosalina's, I love the crown on this Mii suit. It just blends in really nice with the orange color and shines bright as you race with it. 19, the Petey Piranha Mii suit. I'm glad that Petey Piranha got his own Mii suit, but man, this one's all over the place. The overall design for this Mii suit is incredible, resembling Petey Piranha, but the steel pedals as you race are kind of awkward to look at. I mean, why not just choose regular Petey Piranha? His pedals move around in the wind, unlike this Mii suit. But you know what, I can't really complain because I'm glad that the pedals are actually prominent on this Mii suit, unlike Sonic spikes on his Mii suit. 18, the Peach Mii racing suit. Now the reason why I put this Mii suit over Daisy and Rosalina is mainly because I find it more aesthetically pleasing to look at. As we do know, all the Princess Mii suits have white as their base suit color for some reason, but since Peach's main color is pink and her helmet is pink, I just feel like the white color scheme goes best with her. And I also adore the broken glass figure of her at the back of this Mii suit. I just love it because it's taken from the castle and onto the Mii suit, and it's just a great reference. 17, the Wiggler Mii suit. Now this one is definitely a better recreation than the Petey Piranha Mii suit. I adore the chubby cheeks on this helmet, alongside the daisy flower sticking out while we race. Oh yeah, and that beautiful fat nose of his. 16, the Goomba Mii suit. At first, I didn't know if I liked or hated this Mii suit, but as time passed, I've started to kind of appreciate it and realize that it's not too ugly. Not only do I like the helmet facing towards us as we race, but the trek animations are pretty great and they resemble a Goomba and how they waddle in the Mario games. And just like the Wiggler suit, the chubby cheeks on this suit is really cute. 15, the Bowser Mii suit. This may seem low, but considering there's 39 Mii suits here, this is pretty high. Nintendo took a different approach with the attire, which I'm a big fan of. It's a black suit with pins and a chain, but the headpiece is definitely the cherry on top. So on his helmet, he has a mohawk, a pair of horns, spikes, and his green signature color scheme. I have to say that this approach is definitely better than giving him a boring yellow suit with a shell at the back. 11, the Chain Chomp suit. By far, my favorite thing about this one is the chained necklace. When I first saw it revealed in Mario Kart Tour, I literally fell in love with it. The helmet also fits very nice, resembling an actual Chain Chomp, of course. The trick animations makes it lunge at the screen and attack just like an actual Chain Chomp does. It's an awesome touch. 10, the Moo Moo suit. It's really shocking that Nintendo gave the cow from Moo Moo Meadows a suit before Shy Guy. But hey, I can't really complain. This attire features a golden bell and farmer overalls, complete with a cow's tail at the back. The helmet is of course a Moo Moo's face with a nose ring at the front, and the trick animations of this thing speak for themselves. I'm kind of traumatized. 9, the Para Bitty Bug suit. It's really odd that the Bitty Buggy, or like a Bitty Bug, got a Mii suit. It's very charming, and I just like it when obscure characters get represented in Mario games, especially into cool items or outfits like this. Now we just have to wait until Mario Kart 10 where this guy could actually become a playable character. The Cheep Cheep suit. It's honestly really nice that Nintendo is giving characters who can't drive their own Mii suits. And just by looking at it, yeah, the Cheep Cheep is eating your head, and it reminds me a lot of those hats that we see at carnivals. However, one little nitpick is that I would have liked to see the tail of the Cheep Cheep on the helmet, like at the backside. Nonetheless, the trick animations are really interesting. I mean, just look at him swim, it's really cute. 6, the Blooper suit. This suit has a black base representing Blooper's ink, alongside with 8 tentacles around his neck area. I can't lie, the helmet at first glance looked very odd because it was missing its tentacles. But again, I found out that they were all around his attire, which made it all fine. The trick animations, as usual, are very cool and mimic a regular Blooper, but to be honest, as great as this suit is, I just really wish Blooper is playable in the next Mario Kart entry. 5, the Pac-Man Mii suit. Man, a crossover suit this high on the list makes me feel embarrassed after all the slack I gave them. But hey, this list is based on designs, and this one is really stunning. The suit features a Pac-Man arcade game as a pattern, which is already pretty cool, but the helmet takes it a step, nah, a mile, you know what, a kilometer further, by adding an animating Pac-Man at the back of the helmet. This suit is definitely the most aesthetically pleasing to look at, and the execution is done incredibly well. Or the Pokey suit. This suit is modeled entirely on our favorite cactus buddy, with spikes all color of his outfit, and of course his helmet. And just like the Chain Chomp suit, I really like how Pokey's face is facing at the back of the helmet. The circular shape of it just makes lots of sense. And to Pokify this even more, the trick animations features the me walking like a Pokey, which is very goofy but kind of iconic. 3. The Koopa Clown suit. The clothes of this guy are really unique. It features a blue base representing the sky with fluffy clouds showing that it's hovering in the air. Of course, the helmet is very nice to look at from the back, but the front? Oh gosh, it could definitely use some work, but at the same time, it's kind of charming. 2. The Blockhead me suit. You may have thought that the Koopa Clown me suit's clothes were cool, right? But this one blows it out of the water. It features a black suit with yellow question marks scattered throughout. But yeah, the concept of this suit is very creative, and the trick animations resemble Mario's pose when he hits a block in the new Super Mario Bros. Games. I have to say it's nearly perfect, but the next one will definitely stay king. Number 1 we have is the Ice Cream me suit. This suit is inspired by the infamous Sky High Sundae course, complete with a blue striped bodysuit and a luxurious, delightful looking helmet. I'm sorry, but this is just so fun to look at. So it starts off with a waffle cone, then cotton candy ice cream on top, then strawberry ice cream, and then finally topped off with a mint flower. But on top of all that greatness about this me suit, the trick animations take it to the next level. It just literally pulls out a whole ice cream cone. It's such a nice touch, and I would just really love to see more creative and unique me suits like this in the future. Let me know your top 5 favorite me suits in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and be sure to watch this video next.